The episode I did for Friday, that everybody was talking about why, the black men aren't going to college. They saying that it's a decrease in black men going to school, especially something like HBCUs and all of that. Uh like I said, I understand that. I understand it. Now, I mean, we're gonna get to something else. I'm gonna touch on this first. I said I don't have a problem with it because, like that's why I named that episode "How Does It Feel to Be Me?" Because a lot of people in this country are now experiencing things that black men have always dealt with. Whereas, like, you can fill out 1,000 job applications, you can go on a bunch of interviews, and it's like it doesn't matter.
Right.
And you like sitting out here trying to figure it out, and you don't know. Yeah, it's people who like feeling that way for the first time ever that we've been having to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we've been had to worry about and deal with. And the conversations of should you even go to college? Because your degree might not matter if nobody wants to hire you. Now, I mean, that's a lot of conversations that some of these other people in this country do not have that we as black men have. When you sitting around and there's people telling you, yeah, okay, it's cool, you can go to school. Well, understand that even with that, somebody might not hire you. Because like I said in the episode, it's a lot of people that I've been around, that I work with, and know that you'll be surprised that they got degrees and they'll tell you, I couldn't get a job.
Right.
So I ended up I had to work somewhere and do something.
Right.
So that's something that we have always dealt with, that the rest of the country, because you see them people online crying, having meltdowns, don't know how to deal with, don't know how to deal with the fact. No, that's how that always been for black men. So some of these other races of people are sitting around stressing, oh my God, I filled out hundreds of applications and then, I don't have a job in months and then nobody's hiring me and I have all these qualifications. Yes, that's how it's been for black men.
Mm-hmm.
You are now experiencing something that it's been that way for us. But so that's something we've been had to get around and still be able to provide and all of that. You know what I mean? It's like I said, we don't complain about it, but amongst ourselves, those are conversations that happen that, you might go to school and don't nobody hire you.
Right.
It don't matter what you have. Somebody still gotta hire you. You looking for a job, somebody still has to hire you. And that happens to a lot of black men.
Yes, it does.
So that's why that's one of the reasons that college enrollment is declining for black men. Because people are sitting there, you're talking to a bunch of other men and they looking like that's something that you may deal with. You may take on that debt and go to school and nobody gives you a job.
Right.
So some of y'all other people can't relate to that because that never happened to y'all.
Right.
What's happening to y'all now, it been like that. It been that way for us.
Yeah.
So that's why I named it, How Does It Feel to Be Me? Because I know what that's like. I know what that's like to be people treating you like you the greatest thing since sliced bread. Then when they meet you and then you black, all that just go out the window and then you don't get that opportunity, you don't get that job, you don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So some of y'all are now experiencing what we have always experienced, black men always experienced. So
true.
You want to say something about that before we move on to what you're doing?
No, you're right though. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I got a couple family members that got degrees and they work in spots that they probably never would want to go at. You know what I mean? But we learn to adapt very fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's one thing about us. We learn to adapt very fast, and that's what we do. And it's a lot of people, a lot of other, you know what I mean, different races that's dealing with issues like that now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, and even with our own women, like our own women is quick to say that, but don't understand that No, somebody will hire you a lot of times before they hire us.
True.
They would.
True.
They would. So my whole thing is, I mean, before we get off this is, like I say, we got to scramble, we got to hustle, we got to make our way around that.
Right.
Because as you see, we do, because we still earn in this country. It's just that college enrollment is down. You know what I'm saying? Black men still figuring out how to make money.
Yeah, right.
But that's something that we deal with that a lot of people, they don't really have them talks and think too much about that. It's just now hitting them.
True.
That's why online you see all these people breaking down, crying, and why they came to a job and why they filled out 1,000 job applications and they not getting no call back, or they been on 10 interviews this month and nobody's hired them. That's how it always been for black men. So now y'all getting the black man experience.
Right.
Y'all thought the black man experience was just like we all rappers or ball players and we just gonna get all the women and stuff like that. That's what y'all think the black man experience is.
Right. There is a way that we handle certain circumstances that I think people associate. When they associate stuff with us, they think that we are okay with it, but we just learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, me working out of Philadelphia. Like, a lot of people associate us with poverty, but like, y'all just seem so happy though. Like we just know how to deal with certain shit. It ain't like we relish in it.